I took away was if it don't fit, you got to cut it.
Cut it.
Coach, you talk about this. Distractions can be the demise of any great organization, or in terms of personal development, relationships. If it don't fit, you got to cut it. We do have a question here from Rob Strange. The first question is, COVID-19 has forced many change on many industries. Many are struggling. What is the best advice for creating energy around adapting to this new norm, and how best to diminish the anxiety of our folks that they may be experiencing right now, Coach?
Oh, yeah. Rob Strange, the police chief from West Sacramento PD. Chief, thank you so much for joining the call. And this is a fundamental principle about all organizations in any environment, is plugging back into gratitude. Gratitude and the genuine appreciation for our people, despite the change and the circumstances that surround us each and every day, let alone COVID-19, is focusing on what is good, how we will move forward in the future, as well as just appreciating the people for who they are. Now, this is counter to the business model of this approach to gratitude. This is not an appreciation because of the services or the execution or the performance of the people on your team. It is just genuinely caring about people. And Rob, you know this. I mean, people don't give a shit what you know until they know how much you care. So this genuine appreciation for people, and the statistics and the research on this is conclusive. Whether it's dealing with COVID-19 or dealing with a setback, adversity, or a downfall in the economy, appreciation of people and gratitude in who they are as people is the number one go-to for reinvigorating, focusing on the good things that we have in life and how to build realistically from here forward. Thank you, Rob, for your question.
We got another question here from Ben Ruiz. He says, Coach, tell us how you are parenting your children and how you see them in the future.
Oh, Benny Ruiz down there from San Diego. Benny, the realtor. Hey, thank you so much for joining in. We truly have some champions on this call, along with Eddie. Eddie, thank you for that suggestion. And then from what it is that you and me are on Saturdays, Eddie, I do appreciate that, and we're going to put that into these calls as well. Brother Benny Ruiz, how it is that I hope to upbring my children is the number one psychological way for training, period, modeling. Our kids will only do partly what we tell them to, including all of the people it is that we lead, but they will do 100% of what they see us do. As in Coach or Chief Rob Strange's question, we must model what it is that is the standard and the expectation from our people and our children. So, and then Benny, I'm going to say to that as well, is that I'm only doing that one day at a time. And I only have two. I only have my daughter who's 11 and my son who's 8. And that's the way that I hope to, my wife and I, teach, coach, and train our children, not only by how we instruct and coach them verbally, but that our example and our modeling per psychology, where again, I'm not talking just like shit talk here, or just giving you an opinion about some shit that I read in a book, right? This comes from 28 industries, winning and whipping ass in football, getting our ass beat in football games, right? Going through failure, not ever being able to get booked to speak for free in 2011, that I model the attitude, that I also model the standards and the way it is that my children behave by showing it to them. Now, I say a couple more 4-letter words than I should on a daily basis, but that's just the Pomona and the real in me. But my kids understand and know that I do love them. So Benny and everybody out there, thank you for those questions. Next cue.
Coach, just in the interest of time, I know we scheduled for 30 minutes after, but I just want to go ahead and make sure that we share these comments here from Mario Rodriguez as well as Brad Dalton before we wrap up. Mario says, Coach V, thanks for being an inspiration. I agree 100%. Got to model what we want to see and reinforce that in others. And then Brad Dalton sums it up. He says, hey, I feel you, Coach V. Great material, great work. So if you just want to speak to these folks, and thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in as well.
Well, that is our time. Mario, brother Mario, you are an amazing realtor, man. I know you in person on how it is that you are and your wife model to your kids. Thank you for helping me with Invictus Youth Foundation. Everybody that's on this call, Brad Dalton, actually, I was just on his podcast, the Best Self podcast. I just wanted to say to you, Brad, that thank you for being the man of God it is that you are, and that you can actually really model the Christian walk without the four-letter words that this cussing Christian is. So Brad, one love to you. Mario, one love to you as well.
That is it, Coach V.
That's it.
You know, that's our time. We want to be respectful and mindful of your time. Thank you, folks, for chiming in to Island Block Media's very first production of the Coach V Huddle. You know, we got off to a rocky start, but we finished strong, I would say, Coach. And
yes, sir. And then if I can close on this when you're ready, Q.
Yep. And I just want to say, hey, please tune in to the Coach V Show Mondays on Island Block Radio. Get your motivation, get your week started right. Coach.
Yes, I would be remiss. I want to say a poem to finish off this session, but I would be remiss not to thank the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Island Block Radio, along with Brother Joe Savage, Joey Kenga, to you and your media team. Thank you so much. Amon Green, Javon Luke, McGilbra, Teddy Lebseri, my media production team, the Caravan Films crew, Marco Alfaro, who is my website guy and got all this going, along with Brother William Nakuzi. Thank you so much to all of you. And this is the end and this is the exit as we roll out. When things go wrong, as they most times will, and when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, and when the funds are low, when the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when life is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Because life is weird with its twists and its turns, as every one of us sometimes learns that many a person, what they do is they turn about when they might have won had they stuck it out. So don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You will succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it appears to a faltering woman or man. But you see the struggler, he or she has often given up when they might have captured the victor's cup, but they did not learn until the night came down how close they were to the golden crown, because success is failure turned inside out. In a silver tint in this thing called doubt. And you never can tell how close you are, because it may be right here, but seem so far. But stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. Success is calling. Answer the call. Join me on the Coach V Huddle.
Right now, we got a shot at anything. You could be a kid like I was at 4 years old, not knowing how to speak English, to getting to where I'm 42 years old right now, and I speak a language that is not mine for anywhere between $200 and $300 a minute. Is that nuts? That I stood in a free lunch line in Pomona, California. I could never afford lunch from kindergarten to high school. That I stood in that line and said that I may never change my situation, but by God, my child never stand in a free lunch line, ever. That's the relationship it is that I had with kids that I didn't even have yet. All I got for bandwidth is for is to become the biggest billionaire that I can be and impact the world so that they can become what they want to be. That's what I got time for. And the only thing that I would make room for at any time, 24-hour, 365, is my God, my wife, and my kids. So what is that for you? A champion. Not just the winner, but what it is that you want to champion in terms of your calling. For me, on my nonprofit side, that's youth. The 3,900 plus kids that have come through our doors over the last 3 years never paid a dime, because I was that kid.
And people that own a business, that are billionaires and millionaires that I work with now, they understand this concept that is not about me.
If you're trying, you'll learn the lesson. Whether you win, fail, succeed, be embarrassed,
I gotta come find them.
or degress, regress, or progress, it will happen. It's a win.
Yeah, Joey. Yeah,
That's
Green,
why I
good
call
job,
it
man.
125 wins and 18 lessons in 11 years.
Biliamit the folk out pela avatu ibade. Call me Coach Reed.